At 73, Steven Seagal's life is a complex story that few truly understand, one that contrasts sharply with the invincible, larger-than-life persona he projected on screen for decades. Known worldwide as a martial arts master and action movie icon, Seagal captivated audiences with his calm intensity, deadly precision, and stoic charisma, often portraying characters who seemed impervious to pain, fear, or defeat. Yet behind the cameras and the spotlight, the reality of his personal life has been marked by turbulence, missed opportunities, and the quiet loneliness that often accompanies fame. While the public admired his physical prowess and commanding presence, very little attention was given to the struggles he faced in relationships, personal health, and career choices that shaped the trajectory of his life. Over time, Seagal's Hollywood career brought both wealth and notoriety, but it also amplified scrutiny, criticism, and tension, creating pressures that could magnify the consequences of even small personal missteps. Off-screen, he worked to balance the demands of fame with a private life that required discipline, emotional resilience, and reflection, all while navigating the complex dynamics of friendships, family, and professional partnerships. Martial arts remained a stabilizing force, offering structure, focus, and a sense of purpose beyond the often unpredictable world of Hollywood. Yet even with these practices, Seagal's journey was not free of hardship. Over the decades, the isolation inherent to celebrity, combined with the challenges of maintaining authentic personal connections, contributed to an undercurrent of struggle that few outside his inner circle were allowed to witness. The tragedies he faced were often subtle, hidden in the dissonance between public expectations and private reality. For every triumphant film release or martial arts demonstration, there existed periods of uncertainty, emotional strain, and the weight of personal decisions that could not be undone. In interviews and rare public reflections, glimpses of this more vulnerable side have occasionally emerged. A man capable of introspection, empathy, and understanding the consequences of his actions. Aging brought new dimensions to this reality. At 73, Seagal has had to confront the physical limitations of decades of intense martial arts practice, the shifting dynamics of a changing film industry, and the need to reassess his priorities beyond fame and fortune. These challenges illuminate the poignancy of his story, an individual who achieved global recognition and success yet faced the universal human trials of regret, reconciliation, and the search for meaningful connection. Friends and collaborators often note that beneath the tough exterior is a person who values loyalty, dedication, and personal integrity, yet who has endured moments of profound loneliness and reflection that few outsiders ever see. The contrast between Seagal's cinematic image and his private reality underscores the emotional complexity of a life lived under constant public scrutiny. While audiences remember high-flying stunts, dramatic fight scenes, and stoic, indomitable characters, the human being behind the persona has lived with struggles, disappointments, and heartbreak that cannot be captured in celluloid. This duality, the celebrated icon and the quietly burdened individual, defines the tragedy of Steven Seagal. It is a life shaped by both extraordinary skill and extraordinary challenge, where professional triumphs cannot fully mask the emotional toll of personal conflict, isolation, and the constant balancing act between public expectation and private fulfillment. The story of Seagal at 73 is, therefore, one of contrast, immense achievement paired with significant personal hardship, cinematic immortality shadowed by human vulnerability, and a legacy of action films intertwined with the reality of the life behind the legend. His journey reminds us that fame, strength, and skill do not immunize anyone from the struggles of the human experience, and that even the most legendary figures may carry invisible burdens that quietly shape their lives in profound ways.